Hello friends, we start with our next topic. In my previous topic, we have already studied about what is inductor, what is capacitor, and we have gone through the various concepts of capacitor and inductor. Now, in this topic, we will see the different type of problem used to come under capacitor and inductor. Okay, and we'll try to understand what are the different type of techniques which is involved while solving the numerical problems during your competitive examinations. Okay, so if still you have not subscribed, share and comment my channel, please subscribe it, please share it, because once you subscribe it, it will be more easy for you to go through my all previous sessions. The link of my previous video is already mentioned in my description box, so you just follow it and just try to understand this topic. Okay, so we start with the problem solving sessions, and this is your IS. This IS is applied across this circuit. Say this is a terminal AB, and here the two capacitors are connected whose value is 6 microfarad and 4 microfarad. You have to find the value of I1 and I2 in this problem. I1 and I2. Okay, and this is your value of IS. This is in milliampere and this is the condition given. Now please try to understand. As I told you earlier in my previous video, here you can simply apply a current division rule and you can find the value of I1 as IS into this capacitor. When you have to find the value of I1, we have to consider the same capacitor, so that comes to be 6 upon 6 plus 4. So that comes to be 0.6 of IS. Yes, you can say, similarly you can say that the value of I2 is what? It is IS into 4 upon 6 plus 4. So that comes to be 0.4 IS. Okay, so this is your first value and this is your second value. So we have find the value of I1 and I2. Now we have to find the value of IS first. So we will see what is IS. That is more important. If you see, this is in between 0 to 1. What is this? This is a slope. So you can say that this slope is what? That comes to be 20, because it is 1, it is 20. So y by x, so 20 by 1, it is 20. Since it is a ramp signal, so you can say it is a 20t between 0 to 1. Okay. Now from 1 to 3, if you see, from 1 to 3, if you see, that value is constant as 20. Yes, you can write it as 20. Okay. And from here, if you see, we have to find this value. So what is this value? Here we will see the coordinates, that is 3 and minus 20, and here it is 5 and 0. So just find, take it as x1 y1, take it as x2 y2. So y2 minus y1, so that comes to be 20 upon x2 minus x1, x2 minus x1, so that comes to be minus 2, so that comes to be minus of 10. This slope comes to be minus of 10. So y minus of y1, so that you can say IS minus of 0 is equal to minus of 10 into that is t minus of 5. Yes. So from here you can say that it is 50 minus of 10t. It is in between 3 to 4. See, this is all mathematical calculations, and I don't think you have any confusion in that mathematical calculation. Simply we have apply the concept of straight line, that is y minus y1 equal to m into x minus of x1, and with the help of that we have first find the m, that is slope, and by considering these as x1 y1 x2 y2 you can get the answer. So this is your equation that you can easily find. So this is your value of IS actually, which is applied across this circuit. So from here, can you find the value of I1 and I2? Very important thing, it is in milliampere. Yes, you keep in mind this, the value of IS is in milliampere. Now, yes, we can find the value of I1. So I1 comes to be, now please see, this I1 comes to be, when you multiply this entire factor by 0.6, so that comes to be, it is 12t in milliampere this comes to be 12 in milliampere and this comes to be 30 minus of 60 in milliampere. Okay, so this is the value of I1. Very important, just try to understand the concepts. Similarly we will find the value of I2. So I2 just multiplied by 0.4, so that comes to be 8t. Okay, again it is in milliampere. Now when you multiplied here, that comes to be 8 milliampere. Okay, and then we'll talk about the last one. So that comes to be how much? That is 20 minus of 40 in milliampere. It is for, okay, so in this way you got the value of I1 and I2. Okay, so in this question it was asked that what is the value of I1 and I2. Now friend, this is your next problem. In this problem you have to find the value of VC. This current is your IL, VC, IL and energy in both inductor and capacitor. Okay, now this is the question in which you have to find the value of VC, IL and energy in inductor and capacitor at DC. Okay, and this is your 3 ampere current. Now we will draw this network at DC. Now please see, when we draw this network at DC, your capacitor gets open circuited and inductor get short circuited. Here is the current IL, this is your VC, this is 5 ohm, this is 2 ohm. Okay, now at DC this capacitor get open circuited and this is get short circuited. Okay, so from here you can say that the value of VC at DC, the value of VC at DC is what? It is 0 volt. Or you can say the value of VC is 0 volt. Why? Because if you apply this, there is no resistor. Okay, so when you are not able to find, that means this is a short circuited. It means here the voltage is what? 0 in this branch. This is a short circuit branch. So you can say that the value of VC is what? 0 volt. Yes. Now for finding out the current IL, you can say that this 3 ampere current is flowing in this manner. Some current will go here and some current will go here. Very important thing, you just keep in mind, this is a short circuit branch. So once the short circuit branch occurs, the value of VC goes 0. So that's why VC is 0 volt. Okay, but when you talk about this IL, some current would flow here, some current will flow here. So the value of IL is what? Your main current, that is 3 into, we have to find a current in this resistance. So just applying current division rule. So I into the corresponding resistance is 4 upon 4 plus of 2. There is no use of this 5 ohm resistance. The current will flow in this direction. So that comes to be 12 upon 6 and that comes to be 2 ampere. So the value of IL comes to be how much? It is 2 ampere. Very important thing. And the value of VC is 0 volt. Okay. Now for finding out the energy, that is WL, you can write it as 1 upon 2 Li square, okay, or IL square, or 1 upon 2 CV square, or you can say it is CVC square. This value goes 0. Why? Because the value of VC is 0 and the value of WL you can easily find. The value of WL comes to be 1 upon 2 into the value of L is 0.5 into I square, that is 2 square. So that comes to be 1 upon 2 into 0.5 into 4 and comes to be how much it is, 1 joule. So this is the value of WL, 1 joule. So your WC is 0 joule and your WL is 1 joule. Okay, the energy across capacitor and inductor. Okay, so this is your one type of problem in which we have seen this is a short circuit branch, so your voltage goes 0 and your current will be divided according to our current division concept, and one can find the value of IL. Okay, so now friend, this is your next problem. In this problem you have to find the value of R. You have to find the value of R under a condition when the energy across capacitor will become equal to the energy across inductor under DC condition. Under DC condition. Now how can you find that value? Now please see, first of all, EC is equal to EL. That means I can say that EC is 1 upon C VC square and EL I can say it is 1 upon LIL square. The voltage across the capacitor and the current across the inductor. So from here, if I draw this circuit at DC, so this comes to be in this manner. Please see. So here I can call it as the current as IL and this voltage I can call it as VC. This is your resistor R, this is 2 ohm and this is 5 ampere. Okay. So if this is your IL, the current flowing here, so this current is also IL. Yes, this current is also IL. The same current will flow here. Okay, and this is your 5 ampere and IL is there, so that current comes to be how much? It is 5 minus of IL. Okay. Okay. So can you find the value of voltage across the capacitor? Yes, from here you can find the value of voltage, that is VC comes to be, just apply one loop, so that is R into IL. Yes, this is a voltage across the capacitor VC, that is R into the current flowing. This same current will flow here because of this open circuit, so it is R into IL. Say this is your equation first. Similarly, can you find this is our VC. Okay, so from this equation can we resolve and find the value of R? Yes. Now see, if EC and EL is equal, so you can say that 1 upon 2C VC square is equal to 1 upon 2L IL square. This and this get cancelled out. The value of C is how much? It is 160 microfarad, that is 10 to power minus 6, into VC is how much? It is R into IL whole square, that is equal to the value of L is 4 millihenry into IL square. So from here the IL square and IL square get cancelled out, so I can directly write it as R square is equal to 4 into 10 to power minus 3 divided by how much it is? 160 into 10 to power minus 6. Okay, so that comes to be how much? It is 1 by R square comes to be that is 100 by 4. So R square comes to be 25. The value of R comes to be 5 ohm. So this is the value of R. And once you know the value of R, you can find the value whatever it is required here. Okay. So in this question, since we have to find only the value of R, so in this way we have find the value of R in the condition when EC is equal to EL under DC condition. Okay. So this is your one type of problem. Now this is your friend next type of problem in which you have to find equivalent inductance looking from this terminal AB. Okay, in this problem you have to find the value of L equivalent at looking at terminal AB. This current is given here as I. Now this is again a different type of problem. We will see how we solved it. Okay, so for solving out this problem, if I say let some current flowing here is I1, so what is the current here? It is I minus of I1. Okay, now if I consider let there is a voltage V, so in case of inductor I already told you if this is a I, so V is equal to L di by dt. So here if V and this is your I, and if you find the equivalent inductor here, so that comes to be in the form of V L di by dt. So we apply this concept and try to find the value. So here what we will do, we will apply two loop, this and this, and try to get the answer. Okay, so this comes to be V is equal to, now see, it is 4 di by dt, the voltage across this capacitance, this inductor. Then what is the voltage across this inductor? It is L d upon dt I minus of I1. Yes, this is your equation first. Okay, now for here if I apply one loop, so it is minus of 2, which is a voltage source, dependent voltage source, that is equal to 5 di1 upon dt. We are moving in this fashion, current is coming in this fashion, it is minus of d upon dt, the value of inductor here is 3 into I minus of I1. This is our equation second. Okay, so now with the help of these two equations one can easily find the value. You can find by solving it. Okay, so we will solve it. First of all we will solve this. Now please see, it is I, this is I1, this is I, this is I1. So I will take I as common. So from here it is minus of 2 di by dt, it is minus of 3 di by dt, I will take it as here, so that comes to be di by dt, that is equal to, okay, it is 5 di by di1 by dt, and it is minus minus plus 3, so that comes to be 8 di1 by dt. Once again see, it is minus of 2 di by dt, we have applied this loop, that comes to be 5 di1 by dt, and then minus of 3 d upon dt, the current is I minus of I1. Just we have bring it here, so that comes to be di by dt, that is equal to 5 plus 3, that comes to be 8 di1 by dt. So from here you can say that the value of di1 by dt is equal to 1 upon 8 di by dt. Simply you have to put this value here and get the answer. So that comes to be V is equal to, now here also it is 4, it is 3. So that comes to be 7 di by dt minus of, that comes to be 3 di1 by dt. Now the value of di1 by dt is what? Is this value. So from here you can say that V is equal to 7 minus 3 by 8 di by dt. So what is the answer? It is V is equal to, how much it is? If you solve it, it comes to be 6.625 di by dt. So your L equivalent comes to be 6.625 Henry. This is your answer. Very simple. Okay, like that we have just solved this problem. So friend, this is your next question. In this question you have to find the value of V naught across the 2 Henry inductor. It is as shown here. The value of current I1 and I2 is as mentioned here. Okay. So basically you have to find the value of V0 across the inductor, and V0, the value is L di by dt. The value of L is already given as 2 Henry, and here I1 and I2 you can say that d upon dt, you can say that it is I1 plus of I2. Very important thing, you have to find the value of V0, that is true, but you have to sketch its waveform also. Okay, you have to sketch the waveform also. Now we will see how we find it. So this I1 and this I1, both current will flow and the sum of the current will enter into this inductor. So the value of V0 is L di1 by di by dt. You can say that d upon dt. I is what? Your I is what? Your I is basically I1 plus of I2. Yes, you can say. Now our task is to find the value of I1 and I2. What is I1 and I2? Now see here, if I remove this diagram, because we understand, we write here the value of I1. First of all, we will write the value of I1t in the form of waveform. Now see, this is your again a ramp signal. Okay, so just by solving it with our mathematical way, this is your coordinate as 3 3, this is 0 0, and this is your 6, so that comes to be 6 0. Find the value of equations, so that comes to be in IT. If I talk first in this interval and another in this interval. Okay, very important thing, the value of IT is in ampere and the time is in second. So if you find it, that comes to be t, this comes to be t, and between 3 to 6, that comes to be so the value of I1t comes to be, if you solved it, it is t between 0 to 3 and it is 6 minus t between 3t less than 6. Okay. Similarly, if I find the value of I2, here I should write the value of I2. So that comes to be how much? Please see. Here I should write, because I will just remove this diagram. Okay, the value of I2t comes to be what? Please see again, this is 2, this is 4, so it is 2t. Can I write? Just simply you solve it. So this is the value of I1t and this is the value of I2t. Simply it is 2t. From 2 to 4 nothing is there, so it is 0. From 4 to 6 minus 2t plus 2. Just solve by your mathematical way. So this is I1 and I2. Now for finding out the value of V0, we have to simply differentiate it. Okay, so V0, you can say that it is 2 into di1 by dt plus 2 into di2 by dt. Yes, so this you can say it is V1, this you can say it is V2. Okay, so V1 we will solve it here. So value of V1 comes to be, now please see, V1 is in this form. So just multiply it by 2 and differentiate it. When you differentiate this, it comes to be what? The value of differentiation t comes to be 1. So it is 2 for 0 less than t less than 3. Yes. When you differentiate this, this is goes 0, it is minus of 1, so that comes to be minus of 2 for 3 less than t less than 6. So this is value of V1. Once again try to understand, simply we differentiate it, that is d1 di1 by dt. Differentiation of t comes to be 1, so multiplied by 2, that comes to be 2. 6 goes 0, it is minus 1, so that comes to be minus 2. Similarly, V2. Now the value of V2 again multiplied by 2 and differentiated, so that comes to be 2. So 2 comes to be 4. For this condition it is 0 for this condition, and again it comes to be minus 2. So minus 2 minus 2, it is minus 4 for this condition. So like that you have find the value of V1 and V2. Now since we have to sketch the diagram for V0, we will see how we will find it, and then we will finally find the value of V0. Okay. So from here, if you draw V1, please see, if we draw V1, it is 2 from 0 to 3. Say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So it is 2 from 0 to 3, 1, 2, 3, and it is minus 2 from, yes, can we draw in this manner? This is value of V2t. Now you know V1t, V2t. Can you add this to get the value of V0? Yes. Let's see how we find the value of V0. For drawing the value of V0, I am redrawing this network in some bigger way. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now see, 1 to 2, the magnitude is what? It is 2. Here also it is 1 to 2, it is 4. So you can say that from 1 to 2, when it is added, that comes to be 6. That comes to be 6. This magnitude is 6. Okay. But when you come to here, that is at 2, this magnitude goes up to value of t equal to 3. Okay. Okay. So here at 3 it is 0. Here at 3 it is 0. So you can say that when you talk about V0, that value reduces to, can you say that? Yes. The value at 2 will become 6, but up to 3 it remains as it is. Okay. 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 Now when we go further, this value again reduces to a value of 2. See here, from 3 to 4 it is 0, but here from 3 to 4 it is minus of 2, so that comes to be minus of 2. Okay. Now this value is again added, minus 4 and this minus 2, from this 4 to 6. Okay. So this value is not, now it will go to minus of 6, and it is in this manner. So this is our diagram. Okay, in this manner. Okay, once again I will redraw it in this manner. This is our figure. This is our signal, and this is the value of V0t. Okay, so can you write the value of V0t in this form? Yes, the value of V0t comes to be, now we will find, see, from 1 to 2 this value is 6, so it is 6 from 1 to 2. From 2 to 3 this value is 2, it is minus 2 from 3 to 4, and from 4 to 6 this value is minus of 6. It is not 1, it is 0. Okay, so from 0 to 2 this value is 6, from 2 to 3 it is 2, from 3 to 4 it is minus of 2, and from 4 to 6 it is minus of 6. So this is all about the value of V naught t we have just find. See, problem are not big, just try to understand the concept, how we have applied the concept, how we have drawn this diagram, and with the help of this one can find this value, and finally we have find the value of V naught t. Okay.